tough pitcher today. Great pitcher, and to do what we did, it's fun. It's a lot of fun baseball going on right now.
The stars at night were big and bright on Monday as the Twins came to town and defeated the Rangers 4-2. Byron Buxton led the charge in one of the most complete games of the season as we welcome you back to Twins TV, presented by Progressive. High atop Globe Life Field here in Arlington, alongside Trevor Plouffe and with Audra Martin down on the field. I'm Greg Caserta. Great to be with you as always. And we talked about Byron Buxton. Derek Shelton said, get out there and vote this guy to the All-Star game. So what does he do? He goes out and hits his 23rd home run.
He's been so incredible over the last week, over the last year, over the last couple of years. Just running out of superlatives to talk about with Byron Buxton. I think what he's doing right now, better than anything, he's punishing mistake pitches. Now, there's still some swing and miss there. You can make your pitches on Byron. I talked to him about facing Mackenzie Gore last night. He said the same thing. But when he got the mistake, he did not miss it. And that's what we've seen. You see the last 9 games, 6 homers. He's slugging over 1,000. This guy's got to get into the All-Star game. Twins fans, do your thing.
Let's take a look at our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. You see where Buck ranks since 2024. Obviously, Judge and Ohtani separate from the pack, but he is third on that list ahead of the likes of Juan Soto and Kyle Schwarber. And all in all, we talked about the power surge. That continued because Buxton provided the insurance run. It was Josh Bell with the big 3-run blast in the first.
And what's the easiest way to score runs in this game? Hit homers, and that's what the Twins have been doing. Right now, sitting 8th in all of baseball in runs scored. If you want to go to the American League, 3rd, only 1 behind the Orioles. So, hey, this is what they got to do. You got Cody Clemens with the clutch homers all year long. We're seeing Luke Keyshaw get on the action. Brooks Lee's found his sneaky pop. That's what he calls it. And then obviously Royce Lewis coming back up, showing that he has the ability to hit the long ball. The Twins need to continue to do that if they want to get back into the wild card race, back into the fight for the AL Central.
Suddenly, the Twins have the 3rd most runs in the American League. Tonight, in the middle game, they have a chance to take the series off the Rangers. And coming up, Cody Clemens is going to stop by. He talks with Audra Martin down on the field next.
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Progressive Insurance. It's easy to bundle your home and car insurance at Progressive.com. And by Ford. Visit local.ford.com or your local Northland Ford dealer today.
The Twins are 34-40, 6 games back of the White Sox and Guardians as they get ready to play the middle game against the Rangers. Cody Clemens is batting 3rd, and he's downstairs with Audra Martin.
All right, Cody, we appreciate you joining us right before game time. I know you guys never want to rely solely on home runs, but how much momentum and energy and confidence are you guys getting from the home runs lately?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think in this day and age of baseball, there's not many teams going single to score runs. So the pitching's so good nowadays that you got to run into some.
June is shaping up to be one of your best months ever. May was way up there too. When you're locked in like this, how does it feel different from other months?
You just got to go day by day, at bat. I mean, it's hard to do. It's nice being in there every day. Trying, if you have a bad day, you can go in the next day and try and make up for it. So just trying to continue to have good at bats, swinging good pitches, and make sure I have a good plan when I'm up at the plate.
You guys are about to face Rocker, who none of you have actually ever faced him. What is the key to finding success against him?
Just getting him in the zone early. He's got a bunch of good pitches, and he's a big boy, so we're just trying to, have good plate discipline and make him work.
Well, good luck. Have a great game, and look forward to chatting with you after a big win.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Let's make it happen. Guys, back to you.
Game number 75 for the Twins, who are going for their first 3-game winning streak in 3 weeks and just their 4th road series win of the season. But this is the right matchup. They're 14-7 against Texas since the start of the 2023 season. And here is the lineup filled out by Derek Shelton, brought to you by Menard. So Trevor Larnach, Byron Buxton, Cody Clemens, great to get him on cam with the helmet. Royce Lewis cleaning up, and Josh Bell finally got the monkey off his back with that home run here in Arlington. He was looking for it for a long time. Brooks Lee, Luke Keyshaw, Tristan Gray, and Alex Jackson doing the catching once again. Getting ready to face Kumar Rocker, the 26-year-old, former number 3 overall pick out of Vanderbilt. Last one was May 19th in Colorado. He's been pitching much better of late.
And Cody Clemens called him a big boy. I'll second that. all 6'5", 245 pounds. He's pretty much a two-pitch guy. He relies heavily on the slider and then the sinker. He'll throw the four-seam fastball top of the zone off of that, but I think the way the Twins have to approach him is get those pitches up in the zone. He does not give up a ton of home runs. We talked about the Twins being able to do that, especially at home. He's been pretty stingent there, but we got to jump on him early.
Here's the defense. Rocker working with Elias Diaz, Young, Duran, Josh Smith, Jake Berger. Duran and Smith were not in the starting lineup last night. And then Langford, Osuna, and Nimmo across the outfield. As we come to you live from Globe Life Field. And there is Ezekiel Duran, who's been one of the best second basemen in the AL. Trevor Larnach set to lead things off for a Twins team that has the second most homers in baseball since June the 4th. 23 of them in their last 11 games, second only to the A's. And we are underway on a Tuesday night with ball one. Kumar Rocker making his 13th start, 2-5. And how about this? A challenge on the first pitch of the night, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call's confirmed.
All right.
Interesting choice.
We like that.
Diaz was not happy about it. He had a couple of early challenges last night that went his way. Rocker with that slow overhand windup, and there it goes. Deep to right field. Trevor Larnach. Watch it sail away.
We see the first pitch sinker down below the zone. Kumar wants to get back ahead in the count, try to even things up. And this one is center cut, and Larnach comes back after a day off. It does not miss it. Watch this swing right here. There's nothing prettier than that. Lean back on this ball. That's belt high. Beautiful bat path right there, and he crushes that thing into the right field bleachers. That's an absolute missile from Larnach.
Launches it into orbit, his fourth of the year, and for the second straight night, the Twins get a first inning home run. The reaction from Larnach says it all.
That sound right there. And he knew it. My goodness.
He loves hitting here in this ballpark. 345, 2 doubles. That's his third home run in 9 games at Globe Life Field. And it doesn't get much easier now for Rocker with Byron Buxton coming off his 23rd homer last night.
I talked about how stingy he's been with the long ball at home, less than a half a homer per 9, and Larnach doesn't care about that stat whatsoever.
I mean, Mackenzie Gore had that incredible run of not allowing home runs. That ended with Bell's 3-run bomb last night. 2-2 on Buxton, who came in 276 with 36 ribbies, his 48 runs, tied for 6th. And this is something that both starters tonight share. Kumar Rocker, like Zebby Matthews, their toughest inning has been right out of the gate in the first. Something we know, Trev, with Kumar Rocker, and Derek Shelton talked about it before the game today. Watch the slider. That is his #1 offering. He does not lead with his fastball.
Yeah, I mean, again, really reliant on those 2 pitches, the sinker and the slider, and the slider's for chase, and the sinker's a great ground ball pitch. And you know, I think that's exactly how you have to think about it. We got to get those pitches elevated like Larnach did.
Buck rolls over on one to the left side. Nice play by Josh Smith, but no chance. And it's an infield single for Buxton. Back-to-back hits to open the night.
Smith had no chance right there. No chance. That was just put in the right spot. And let's go back to Larnach's homer right here. Again, Kumar trying to get back in the count. And Larnach, I mean, that's one of those homers that you'll just remember. That is about as perfect of a swing as you can take. And the feeling of that ball coming off your bat is unlike anything else in the sport.
You don't really feel it in your hands, right? It's quiet.
I mean, it depends. That one, that might have vibrated the hands a little bit right there. That was loud.
We felt the vibrations up here. And now after the infield single by Buck, it's Cody Clemens, who was kind enough to chat with Audra right before first pitch. Maybe the good luck charm. There's the risk that Elias Diaz takes in challenging the first pitch and not getting it. That last one would have been a strike had he had a second look. There goes Buck. He's on the move. Throw down by Diaz, and Buxton's got the steal. Not an easy guy to run on. And just like that, he's in scoring position. Still nobody out.
Yeah, and a good pitch to throw on, too. We have the slider up here. And Buck with a small lead right there, but a good jump, and he's just so fast. He gets to his top speed so quickly. That's something that I never had in the tank. Like, sometimes I could get going, but the motor took a while. Not with Buck.
His is instantaneous.
Sheesh.
7th steal for Byron Buxton. Elias Diaz coming into tonight. This one wrapped. Diving stop by Berger. Gets up, funnels it to Rocker. That's an unbelievable play to save a hit and a run with Buxton down to third.
2-0 pitch right there. Clemens with the good wood on it. He ends up moving Byron over, so productive at bat. But yeah, a great play by Jake Berger. That thing had a 3-hole written all over it. And also, big boy getting over to cover first base. You got to beat Cody to the bag, which he did. But again, a productive out there for Cody as Byron is now on third base with less than 2, and the infield is in.
Skip Schumacher brings his infield in for Royce Lewis, who extended his on-base streak last night with a walk. That came in the first inning, and then he scored on the Bell homer. For the year now, Royce 206, 6 homers, 18 ribbies. And of course, the great run that he's been on since coming back from St. Paul.
We just seen that throughout his career. I know there was some months of struggle there, but that's a normal thing in a progression of a young ball player's career. And Royce has made the adjustments. The attitude was good the entire way. And I truly do believe if the Twins are going to make a run at this wild card, if they want to get back in the Central, Royce has to be a middle of the order bat for them.
Derek Shelton said it a couple of weeks ago. He said the best version of this team is with the best version of Royce Lewis. And he went after the 2-0, lunging over the outside. There's Shelty.
That's the cutter right there. So 2-0, Royce trying to get ahead of a fastball, but a couple open bases out there. So Kumar goes to what is his 4th pitch at 11%.
Even last night, a busy first for Mackenzie Gore through 22 pitches. Here's the 15th. And he missed his mark again, but Lewis fouls it off 2-2.
Yeah, this is such an important run to get Buck the score here. You want to put up a crooked number in the first. It just takes so much pressure off of Zebby, the defense, everything. Sets you up for a nice start to the ball game.
Fans, after having the wind taken out of their sails on Larnach's leadoff homer, now getting a little bit louder here for Kumar Rocker. Outside target. And a great take.
Yeah, the cutter again right there. A great take by Royce, as you said. 3-2. You can't expect a sinker here. You can't expect a fastball. You got to be ready for everything. Going to 2-strike mode still.
And that time Lewis chases in the dirt. Diaz throws him out, 2 away. This MLB season, get a Baja for a blast. Thanks to Trevor Larnach and that 425-foot bomb in the inning. Baseball fans scored 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. That was his 4th of the year, but 2 big outs now for Rocker. Pushing the defense back to a normal look. And it's Josh Bell, another guy who loves hitting here in Texas. Saw him in the clubhouse last night, congratulated him, and he had that big smile on his face. He said, man, I've been hitting here and across the street for years. Lots of doubles. First home run. Not too far from where he grew up in Irving, Texas. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. So after last night, and he ended up 2 for 4 after a single in the 6th, Josh Bell is hitting .372 with an OPS of 1054. Playing near his hometown.
He's worked the count in his favor here, and Royce did not get the job done. But I'll tell you what hurts a team more than anything. It's 2-out knocks, 2-out RBIs. That'll take the wind out of the stadium and the team's momentum for sure. So if I'm Bell, I'm looking to swing right here.
I was wondering what you'd do there.
Any 3-0 count. Green light.
There it is, the other way. Trevor Plouffe all over it. Josh Bell keeps on trucking. And Buxton scores. You can't see me. 2-0 Twins.
And he gets the cutter right there, but it is a pitch that he was trying to throw for a strike, and Bell was all over it. There's no reason to give up a strike in today's game. You heard Cody talk about it at the start. The pitches are just too good. So this pitch, center cut, about as well as it can be, and Bell is all over it and not trying to do too much there. That's the key to a 3-0 hack. Is there are times where you want to go and sell out, but an RBI situation like that, you don't, and he did a great job.
Brooks Lee pops the first one up down the line. Berger puts it away, and the inning comes to an end. But another successful top of the first for the Twins. Trevor Larnach with a 425-foot bomb. Josh Bell a ribby single, and it's 2-0 Twins right away. Trevor Larnach leaves the yard on the second pitch of the night from Kumar Rocker. And now you get a look at the Ford lineup filled out by manager Skip Schumacher. Jock Peterson provided the only offense last night with a 2-run homer. Then it's Josh Young, Wyatt Langford, and Brandon Nimmo. With Ezekiel Duran back at shortstop after not playing last night. Jake Berger, Josh Smith, Alejandro Osuna, and Elias Diaz round out the order. Jock Peterson with 9 home runs, tying things from last year. And it's Zebby Matthews, who's been a bit of a workhorse. He's pitching deep in the game so far, Trev.
He has been, and for Zeb, we talked about the first inning struggles, gets a little breathing room from his offense, and look, he's a guy that likes to go after hitters. He's had a couple good starts sandwiched around some rough ones on the road, so I think that's something that he's going to want to work on. You see the arsenal right there. 4-seam fastball is going to be first to both sides. Right-handers with the slider second.
Here goes Jock looking for another one down the line, and just foul.
I knew it was foul the whole time. The lefties are going to get that changeup right there. Jock trying to match us. Right down the line. Plenty of room. We call that a long strike in this business.
Plouffe never panicked. But the way Jock Peterson's going, you got to be careful. And there he goes with a leadoff base hit. Jock Peterson carrying this lineup for Texas at the top. So with 9 home runs this year, he matches his total from last year. And it brings up Josh Young.
Yeah, he gets that changeup from Zebby, but just elevated way too much there. Got to get that pitch down. And you're right, the way Jock's been swinging the bat lately, he's not going to miss a pitch like that.
Young 0 for 4 with a strikeout last night, but a tough customer. 302 coming in, good for 5th in the AL. 8 homers, 30 knocked in. 78 hits for Josh Young, good for 5th in the American League. And a big hole on the right side after the leadoff single from Peterson. Line drive, look at this, wow. Protect yourself at all times. Zebby Matthews turns it on his own and wipes up the base hit. Josh Young hits it to the double play, and boy, Zebby all over it.
Yeah, this will be our unreal defensive play of the game. The quick reflexes from the starting pitcher. And Jock Peterson says, what am I supposed to do there? I think it was a double play no matter what. Quiche was up the middle, as you mentioned. Hadn't played perfectly, but Zebby with a nice turn right there.
And a good scoop by Royce on the back end.
And that's how you look, give a base hit. Want to get the boys back in the dugout. And you're right, I did not notice that hit the ground. Zebby had plenty of time. Little panic ball there, but it's okay. We got the 2 outs.
Defense part of the story last night for the Twins, and so far tonight, same thing. As it's grounded to third, gobbled up by Lee, and look at that, a nice and easy 1-2-3 first on just 7 pitches for Zebby Matthews. It's a lucky 2-0 lead.
and there it was. The first.
Josh Bell with a nice RBI single in the first inning, fresh off of that huge home run last night. And while he's had great numbers playing back home in his hometown, last night was his first hometown home run in his big league career. He actually hit one at the old ballpark as a senior in high school, so he kind of figured that that would probably be one of his first as a pro as well. And he laughed when he had to admit that it took him 10 years to finally get it done. But he certainly made the most of it. He's now hitting .327 over his last 15 games and says he finally feels like he's in a good spot where he can do damage and end at bats when they're supposed to. That was close. Sorry, guys.
That was very close.
Look out.
I heard that one.
You know, something's going to happen. I'm talking, so just, bring it on. But as he put it, he said, when I am locked in, it's not a ton of foul balls, not searching for hits. It's, okay, I can put this one in play, and I can put it in play hard, and that's what I do. Guys, he's been doing it. He did it big time last night. He's already doing it again here tonight.
So the last 2 days, Audra, you were home run incoming, Audra Martin. Now you're Audra foul ball incoming, Martin.
Luckily, I'm tucked in back here, but still, I've gotten nailed before. Your life flashes before your eyes.
So following a similar script from last night, Mackenzie Gore gave up 3 runs, faced 6 batters, and threw 22 pitches. Tonight, Kamar Rocker gave up 2 runs, faced 6 hitters, threw 22. Although Keish right there lunging at the slider and hoping that Rocker doesn't follow the path that Gore set on last night, because he really got cooking after that first. Ended up with a career or a season high 10 strikeouts over 7.
Yeah, I think the approach is not too dissimilar to what we saw with Gore last night, where you just have to get him in the zone. He's got some chase here, and if you can work counts against him and get into hitters counts, you can have success. I mean, it's pretty much any pitcher, but especially with these 2 guys. Let's check out the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. We're talking the slider here. You just see the vertical break on it. It's almost 6 inches more than MLB average there. And again, it's get the ball up. So the tunnel has to be at the top of the zone, so you get it belt high. If it starts, around your knees, a little bit above, you got to be able to let it go. Easier said than done, but that's when you'll have success.
For Rocker, it's the slider-sinker combo. You see it right there, 172 average, 38 strikeouts. So individually, it's one of the best pitches of any starter in baseball. This one floated out to left field. Langford coming in. And he puts it away to end the inning. So again, Kamar Rocker a fast second, 2-0 Twins.
With the Ford Bronco Sport.
Twins TV is presented by Progressive. We are back inside a Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. The Twins with a 2-run top of the first. Trevor Larnach leadoff homer. Josh Bell 2-out single on a 3-0 pitch for his team leading 44th ribby. And then Zebby Matthews comes out, gives up the leadoff single to Jock Peterson, and snags the line drive off the bat of Josh Young to start the double play.
Yeah, we'll see if that settles him down. We talked about both him and Kumar's first inning struggles. Get through that first one unscathed, put up a 0. See if Zeb can get rolling here.
7 pitches to take care of the minimum in the first. Brandon Nimmo leading off the second. He was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts last night. Also got robbed of a hit on that spectacular diving catch in right field from Austin Martin. It was great to see Austin all smiles in the clubhouse today, happy about last night. Not only the great play in right field, but the leadoff double in that 3-run first inning. Nimmo gives it a ride. That's smoked out to right center field. Touching down in the alley, and it hops up into the bullpen.
Yeah, again, this is just what happens. This is what hitters, they dream about, getting ahead in the count, getting the 2-0 counts. And there's been 3 hard hit balls off Zeb already because he's been behind. He's put pitches over the middle of the plate. So, his calling card is when he's living on the peripherals, getting ahead in the count, able to put guys away. It can be a long night for a pitcher if you continue to fall behind.
16th double for Nimmo ties him with Josh Young for the team lead. And it brings up Ezekiel Duran. It goes the other way, foul. Duran, like Nimmo, coming into this AB with 15 doubles, part of a .281 start to the year. 4 homers, 35 RBIs, a guy that's got a legitimate chance to go to the All-Star game and represent the AL at second base. So the similarities between Zebby Matthews and Kumar Rocker are there. We talked about Zebby struggling in the first inning. Fortunately, that didn't come back to bite him. But they were both 2022 draft picks, and we've talked about Kumar Rocker, 3rd overall out of Vandy. Zebby Matthews was an 8th round pick out of Western Carolina. And he comes back in a big way, striking out Duran for out number 1.
And you see what happens when you get ahead of hitters. You know, you get down to 0-2, you got to kind of make these swing decisions. You're able to expand the zone a little bit here. You got a bunch of pitches you can go to. Here Zeb goes to the slider, starts it at the knees, it ends up down for Chase, and Ezekiel chases it. That's what you have to do as a pitcher. You see the sliders this season, the usage at 21%. Hitters don't hit it, but you got to get in counts to be able to throw it.
And like Rocker, it's been a weapon. Starts off Jake Berger with strike 1. Berger struck out to end last night's game. Leads his team with 12 homers and 42 knocked in. And the slider's really starting to work. Backing up on him, 0-2.
And it's not like I'm saying Zeb is not trying to throw strikes to get ahead of guys. Just sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And at the big league level, for pitchers, everyone's got good stuff here, but it's about executing your pitches. And then locating, conviction, all those things come off of that. So first batter, not great. Ezekiel great, and now Jake Berger 0-2. See where he goes here.
He pulled it a little bit. His curveball's also been part of his success. The combined average off those 2 pitches is $155. And then when he throws his fastball, like he did to Brandon Nimmo, who hit the double, the average jumps to $250. Plus some in at 96.
And he had him slowed down right there. So then you try to get a fastball up under Berger's hands. He's able to get a piece of it now. But now, again, you can go right back to that slider. If you put it at the right spot, you will get a swing and miss.
What a pitch from Zebby Matthews. Back to the well. And another slider gives him his 2nd consecutive punch out.
It's so good. Again, yeah, when you find yourself ahead in the count, you can start to set up your strikeout pitches. That's what that fastball in was for. Get him off the center of the slider, go right back to it, and you see that thing. It starts right at the knees, kind of looks like a fastball coming out of the hand, and by the time he realizes it's a slider, it's too late.
Starts off Josh Smith with a changeup.
Calls the ball to catch a challenge.
And Alex Jackson wants to have a second look.
Had a ball. Oh, I got it.
Return and some strike.
Yeah, okay.
I see you, Alex.
Kind of fooled me right there a little bit. That's great.
Alex unsuccessful last night. Steals a strike for Zebby. Still trying to work around the leadoff double, and look at that. This thing is unleashed in the 2nd inning. That slider has generated strikeouts of Duran and Berger.
Now Josh Smith has seen a changeup, a slider, fastball up in the zone. Here's a good pitch. You can go back to the changeup, down and away. There's just so many things you can do when you're ahead in the count.
Rangers happy to have Josh Smith back. He returned yesterday after missing 37 games. A right glute strain, left wrist inflammation, and viral meningitis. I mean, he really had everything thrown his way. And he sends a slow roller. Matthews needs to field his position again. He plants and throws. What a play to get out of the inning. That's a couple of times now. Zebby Matthews executes the PFP, and it brings up Trevor Larnach in just a bit. Are you not entertained? We're going to the 3rd. Trevor Larnach's home run is powered by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. For every Twins homer hit to the Treasure Island home run deck, Treasure Island donates $2,500 to the Twins Community Fund in support of the Junior Twins Equipment Kit Program. And that gets us into the 3rd. It was Larnach who launched the 2nd pitch from Rocker deep into the right field seats. 425 feet later, it was 1-0 Twins. And then later in that first, Josh Bell on a 3-0 greenlit a 2-out offering and sent it the other way to make it 2-zip. And look at Larnach stay hot, 2 for 2 with another barrel through the right side.
I mean, he might have hit that ball harder than he hit the homer right there. That was 103.6 off the bat, and right now anything that Larnach swings at is coming out harder than it came in. My goodness. It's working right now, people. The swing path right there, he's clearing the hip, giving himself a path to the ball on the inside part of the plate, and he's looking good.
Well, the Twins have already matched their hit total from last night. They have 4 of them, 2+ innings off Kumar Rocker. Buxton had the second one with that infield single up the middle. And then made things happen with the stolen base, got to third, and Bell delivered. That right side is wide open for Buck. Works ahead in the count, 2-0.
He's seen 2 pitches now going away from him. Wouldn't surprise me if Kumar tried to come in with that sinker. Staying with the cutter.
You bucked the trend right there. No pun intended. Trevor Larnach changing that one tonight. So Byron Buxton once again staring up at the home run leaders. It was Yordan Alvarez with 24. Kyle Schwarber has gone deep tonight for the Phillies. So he's 2 up with 25. Good spot for him here on 3-1. That straight leg from the right side.
It seems like we figured out Kumar's plan against Buck. Just everything going away, whether it's that cutter, whether it's the slider. 5 straight breaking pitches, if you call the cutter a breaking pitch, which I feel like his is.
So we talked about the 4 hits for the Twins already. 4 of them last night in that 4-2 win. Just their 4th win this season with 4 hits or less in a game. So trending very well right now.
Here's the thing about those pitches going away from you. If you see enough of them, you're going to start to get on time and understand what path you need to take to it.
Well, and especially with the right side being wide open. You let it get deep, you go the other way. Might be an easy 1st to 3rd for Larnach.
Talking a little shooter.
Love me a shooter, but I'll take a walk too. Buxton aboard for the 2nd time. 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And it's now time to take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Toyota.
A great at back by Buck right there. I'm trying the Texas thing, people. There's a snake in my boot. All I meant by that was you got to get the ball up. No shuffling your feet around on the ground there. And then outlaws everywhere. We already seen a couple plays from the Twins defense again tonight, but we got to keep robbing those hits.
What a spot here for Cody Clemens, who hit one on the screws over to first. Jake Berger made a lunging grab and then got it to Rocker for the out. Could have easily been a 4-hit first for the Twins.
I do have to point this out. I have my family here in Texas. I have my daughter out on the field. I took her around the cage. I want her to feel special because I do a lot of stuff with my son on the baseball field. I want her to make sure she's involved. So she's out there, and I said, hey, who wants a homer put in their bat? She'll give you one. And Cody said, I want to walk.
How about this one? Hit well, right field. This ball's back. Does it have the height? Is that gone? They're saying gone. Yes. It's over the yellow stripe. Mike Estabrook says home run. Cody Clemens, touch them all. It is 5-0 Twins.
I said, I don't know about a walk, but I think she put a homer in the bat. And she did, 105 off the barrel. And that was an absolute, we call that a linea. That pitch, too much of the plate, and Cody, he just, man, he's able to get so much out of that compact swing. We've just seen it time and time again from him this year. And that thing must have been at most 15 feet off of the ground the entire way there.
11th homer for Cody Clemens. And a quiet crowd in Texas, 5-0. With nobody out in the 3rd.
Wow.
That thing sped on out of here.
It looked like a double off the bat, and then it just never came down. I mean, I don't know if he had a ton of backspin on that. Whatever it was, the path is clean. Cody's loving it. He's giving some love to somebody up there.
So now when you're involved in a game like this, when it's this early, and look at that, it left a dent in the paint.
That's when you know you hit the ball hard right there.
Are you waiting for your next AB, just salivating, thinking, I got a shot to leave the yard tonight?
What, if I'm Cody Clemens?
No. I'm saying if you're in this lineup, are you thinking like this could be contagious tonight after seeing 2 early ones?
It's just been that way all month. Yeah, if you are a team that's hot with the homers, you just kind of feed off of each other. Hey, you hit one, I want to hit one now. Okay, well, I hit one now, it's your turn. And you start to talk about stuff like that. And you know, what Cody said before the game is so true. In today's day and age, stringing together 3 singles is so difficult. So you got to take your chances here. And a lot of old school baseball players don't like hearing the word. There's just another laser.
Yeah, it's a shame that it hung up so long for Wyatt Langford because Josh Bell hit it on the screws.
They don't want to hear you say you got to take your ace swing, but from time to time you got to do it again in today's game, and they've been doing that lately.
Trev, I'm thirsty, so let's take a look at tonight's Blue Moon bright spot. It's Cody Clemens and his barrel percentage and how it has risen over the last 3 years, almost double the league average, up to 13%. And only climbing after the 3-run homer.
I mean, that's the name of the game. Putting that barrel on the ball.
Like you said, after a 2-run first, Zebby Matthews' job gets a little bit easier with a 5-run cushion. This one roped. That's a fair ball down the line for Brooks Lee. Off the short fence. He's got a great look at it. It's a 2-out double and the 3rd hit of the inning for the Twins.
Well, the boys are having fun right now in the dugout, loving on each other. You've seen that throughout the year with the Twins too, just the camaraderie these guys have. And that's a great job staying on that pitch. A little bit of a hook job there, but keeps it fair. And Clemens just is having a great time. Look at him. When you're playing for each other, that's when the game is fun.
Everything looks loose right now. Luke Keyshaw, 7th batter of the inning. And you know he was thinking something big right there. Strike 1 from Kumar Rocker, who's approaching 50 pitches here in the 3rd. Keish with runners in scoring position, 323. That'll work. How about another? And they look down at first. Mike Estabrook says no swing. Didn't mention that Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief, calling balls and strikes tonight. Lance Barrett at 2nd, Derek Thomas down at 3rd. Well, the story tonight, 2 home runs, Trevor Larnach, a leadoff shot in the 1st, and Cody Clemens with a laser into right just a few moments ago. So you see, after Elias Diaz was unsuccessful challenging the first pitch of the night from Rocker, now he's been very gun-shy. The last 2 times he had a chance, he didn't do it.
Yeah, there's definitely some psyche that goes into that.
How about that? Cal Quantrill, their long man, starting to get loose. We noticed that Kumar Rocker heads out to the bullpen about an hour before first pitch. Skip Schumacher might be making a decision sooner than later. 2-2. And another great AB.
That's the take that you have to have against Kumar Rocker. That pitch gets so much chase on it. And if you're able to take that, get back into a hitter's count, that's how you have success.
Keyshaw with a walk. And the frustration only growing for Kumar Rocker and the Rangers.
From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins.
Back here on Twins TV with Trevor Plouffe and Audra Martin and the rest of our great crew. I'm Greg Caserta, and you see it. It's pretty right now. 2 in the first, 3 in the third for the Twins, who have seen their total runs grow. They came in 1 behind the Orioles for 2nd in the AL, only 16 behind the Yankees. So they're gaining ground and fast. 2 more homers make it 25 bombs in the last 12 games.
And now I'm getting the Orioles score up because I want to overtake him and go into second place.
I'll let you do the math.
Still looking. Still looking. Oh, they don't. They're in Seattle, so they're not started yet. 26 homers in the month of June. The A's, I don't think they count because they were playing in Las Vegas and hit all 32 of those in.
I'm not counting that. Absolutely not. That comes with like 3 asterisks. Tristan Gray, 8th batter of the inning. And the 50th pitch from Rocker is in for a strike. Now coming in, the Rangers had won 5 of his last 6 appearances. He had a 2.16 ERA. And he has not been getting run support, so 5-0 feels a whole lot bigger on a night where the Rangers bullpen is fired up in the 3rd.
And you see the home road splits right there. Much better at home whip, ERA, but not with the run support.
Rangers just 2 games over 500 here at home. They played the 2nd fewest home games in baseball. And the schedule does not do them any favors because they only have 9 scheduled at home this month. You telling me you can't read body language looking at Skip Schumacher? The field back behind the runners. Lee in front of Keyshaw. Swing and a miss. Back to the slider. And the mound visit gets Rocker out of the inning. But not before the Twins tack on 3 more. A bomb from Cody Clemens. 2nd of the night makes it 5-0 Twins.
Just getting him in the zone early. He's got a bunch of good pitches, and he's a big boy. So we're just trying to, have good plate discipline and make him work.
Well, you can call her Lady Luck. That's Audra Martin getting the best out of the Twins, and of course Trevor's daughter making good things happen here. All in all, really great start. 5-0 for Zebby Matthews, who's back to work, and Zebby's chipped in with a couple of great defensive plays in his first 2 innings. We got a challenge from Alex Jackson.
Call is overturned.
He starts 2 for 2 tonight.
Attaboy. And what do we talk about? Getting ahead in the count. And if your catcher can help you do that.
Osuna, Diaz, and Peterson 8-9-1. This one ripped into center. Here comes Buck gliding over to make the catch.
I still don't think that we have figured out how to properly evaluate how much that means. Alex Jackson flipping that pitch from 1-0 to 0-1. I know you can go into the numbers between those two counts, but for a pitcher's psyche, there's just a lot of things that I don't think you can quantify. And we're going to start to see catchers who are good at challenge and get paid.
Well, how about from your perspective as a former hitter? You think you're up in the count 1-0, then it flips against you, and you're just like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'd hate it. I'd hate it, no doubt. And I think that's another thing that, hitters have to really think about too, is like, okay, like not only am I trying to figure out how to get this guy in the zone, get my barrel there, I got the pitch clock coming, got to get in the box before 8 seconds. It's now, do I challenge? And it has to be instantaneous. There's just so much going on in the box right now.
Elias Diaz, part of the catching tandem with Kyle Higashioka. And you see where the Twins are. Top of the heap out of all 30 teams.
Love that.
Hit on the ground left side, cut off by Gray, wings it over in plenty of time. And once again, we go back to it last night. Everything worked right. Couple of homers, great pitching and defense, and once again the defense on display with Tristan Gray over at short.
Yeah, I was watching Gray and Kreidler out there pregame, taking ground balls, and just the way they stay down through the ball, especially on the backhands, is really, really impressive. We saw Kreidler have a bunch of those last night, and they're great getting the ground ball and making the play.
And the ball gets out on you quick here because of the artificial turf. It's not a grass surface, so you get that quick second hop. It can get on you fast. Matthews, after leadoff base hits in the first and the second, looking for a clean third. Tried spinning a curve to Jock Peterson, who's the one guy in this lineup right now that you feel can flip the scoreboard. He did it last night. One swing made it a one-run game. And then I go back, to me, the most crucial point in last night's game was in that fifth inning when Taylor Rogers came in. At the time, tying run was at second base. His job was to get Peterson, and he struck him out on a 3-2.
Yeah, he slided them to death, and that's kind of what Taylor Rogers is known for. But you're right, Peterson really has the ability to hit the ball out of the park, drive in runs. We've just seen it throughout his career.
Was not expecting the curve. 2-2 from Zebby.
Yeah, a great pitch. A little backdoor curveball there to get back in the count. 2-2. He's got a waste pitch right here if he needs it.
Jock Peterson, two-time All-Star, two-time World Series champ. And if you go back once again, his 2-out eighth-inning single last night was the Rangers' only base runner in the last 4 innings. A true bullpen game started by Mike Paredes, a season-high 4 2/3. And then after Rogers got him for the final out in the 5th, Andrew Morris, Eric Orsi, and then Yoendrys Gomez with his second consecutive save.
Give me the good changeup right here. You see Zeb shaking. Here we go. Give me the good changeup. Went with the cutter there. I just feel like something moving away from Jock right now, if you put it in the right spot, will work. The backdoor curveball is a good pitch here too. I just think you got to stay on the outside part of the plate.
Or get inside and jam him. But this is a tough play. Look at that. All the way out. The defense behind him is spectacular. And it's Tristan Gray once again taking charge from shortstop, gliding in front of Buck and keeping it 5-0. Back for the 4th inning, and Trevor Plouffe noticed something as we went to break. And this great play from Tristan Gray in shallow center.
I mean, first of all, look where he ended up with that ball. He's basically in center field. Ran a long way for that, but watch Buck's face here. He doesn't know what was about to happen. He couldn't believe. He's like, "You're out in my position? Okay, take it. You got it, Tristan."
Buck thinking, man, I thought I was fast.
That's some good stuff right there. Look at the Buck face. We got it slowed down for you now.
Oh, that's perfect.
So good. He went a long way for that ball. Outlaws everywhere, people.
So we talked about the Twins' success against the Rangers. They are 12-5 at Globe Life Field since it opened up in 2020. That's the Rangers' worst winning percentage against an AL team in this ballpark. I saw Cal Quantrill warming up in the 3rd inning. I wonder how much longer Kamar Rocker has tonight. Jackson just foul.
I was sitting around the cage today when Jackson was hitting BP, and one of his last swings, he just took a massive hack and put it up by that Quick Trip logo.
Wow.
And he goes, "Why don't I just try to do that?" And I said, "Yeah, you should just try to do that."
Just sell out every time. Like right there.
Just like that.
Down in the corner. Let's see if the catcher turns on the wheels. He's got it. Leadoff double. And the Twins just cannot stop beating up on Kumar Rocker.
Yeah, just too many pitches over the heart of the plate for Kumar, and that's just not what he's typically done this season. The Twins are just not missing mistakes, and there's Jackson going down and getting it. Hitting this ball extremely hard down the line, kind of rattles around. He's able to get 2.
That's the second extra base hit for Jackson in his 13th game. Both of them have gone for doubles. And it's the second one of the night for the Twins. 7 hits in all. And it's the man who got the party started, Trevor Larnach. Home run on the second pitch in the first, and then a hard single on the second pitch in the third. Already third time through here in the fourth.
There it is. I mean, those types of takes right there. That's what you have to do against Kumar. The Twins have done that tonight.
It's a great note right there. Trevor Larnach enjoying his time in Texas. Up to 4 homers and 18 ribbies. And I found it interesting that in the Twins' last 4 wins, they've all come from the bullpen. Zebby was actually the last starter to record a win. That was their only victory against the Royals on June 5th.
You know, the truth is, you talk to people in Texas and, like, you know, talk about Californians. No, we don't like Californians. And then if you're a California guy, you come to Texas, everyone's so nice to you. And it's the same thing when a Texan comes to California. I think these 2 states really get along, and they just think they don't. But once they actually meet, it's golden.
We're all friends. That one ties them up 3-2.
Well, you're a Jersey guy, so I don't know about that.
First thing when I told the guys up here in the booth where I was from, I forget who it was. I don't like to name names. But he said, "I'm sorry to hear that."
Yeah.
And I get that a lot. Even some Twins fans have said some things like that. 3-2 on Trevor. That's Larnach, not Plouffe, by the way. Gets under this one. And Josh Smith puts it away for the first out. Let's go downstairs and check back in with Audra.
Guys, it's been a pretty impressive night for Minnesota's offense, considering nobody on this Twins roster had ever faced Rocker before tonight. But they're doing damage, and it may be because of that guy, their inside source in Austin Martin. Rocker and Martin were teammates at Vanderbilt and part of the 2019 World Series Championship squad. So yes, Austin did give him teammates, some pointers earlier today. He told him, the slider is his best pitch. You got to force him in the zone. If he's able to set up his fastball and then throw that slider down, there's not going to be much of a chance. So you got to be smart. And obviously they listen, guys. And what do you know? He's about to face, or the Twins are about to. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. Indeed. Brandon Nimmo dropped it. Buxton a second. And Jackson hangs on at third. Audra Martin, you are magical.
We got to check this out. I think this is the first fastball he's seen all game. And from up here, we're way up here. I thought that ball was going to leave the yard. And then you see Nimmo kind of track it down. And then I don't know if he just lost it or maybe you heard footsteps. I'll tell you what, I always tell my youth kids, catch the ball above your eyes. As soon as that ball goes below, or your glove is below your eyes, it's hard to track, and Nimmo knows that.
Cal Quantrill's on his way in. The Twins threatening again with second and third and only one out.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart.
Byron Buxton's been in the middle of it all for the Twins, and he has given us a couple of priceless reactions. This was the ball that hit off Nimmo, scored an error, and then watch Buck as he pulls in a second. That's your hand in the cookie jar right there. Just unbelievable power to right center field. And knocking Rocker out of this game. Cody Clemens intentionally walked to load them up with one out for Royce Lewis. I'm a little curious about this.
Royce is obviously been up and done damage with the bases loaded. As you see the numbers for Cal this year, 26 2/3 innings pitched to a 2.36. So nice start for him. But yeah, Royce he's kind of the damage man with bases loaded.
14th appearance for the 31-year-old Quantrill. Jackson at third, Buxton at second, Clemens at first. And you get the sense that this would be quite the torpedo into the Texas submarine if Royce can make something happen. Tied up with a sinker, 1-2.
So that's one of the times I think I would have used a challenge right there. And maybe he saw it differently than I did, but I think in this situation, flipping the count 1-2, 2-1, I think is the right call.
5-0, looking for more.
Yeah, put this game away, essentially, yes.
You know, I was curious about the decision to walk Clemens, but then you think of his first 2 at-bats. He hit that hard grounder to the right side where Berger made the diving stop, and then the 3-run bullet over the right field wall his next time up. Royce back up the middle. That's down for a base hit. Buck did not get a great read. Here's the windmill. He's on his way in. Throw goes towards third, and he scores anyway. Royce Lewis drives in 2, and it's a 7-0 Twins lead.
I mean, Royce making him pay. And everything he's hit lately, too, has been like same as Trevor Larnett, just absolute lasers. Gets that pitch out over the plate, stays on it. Buck doesn't have to get a good read. That's the whole secret here. He's making sure that ball's down, knowing that if it bounces at all, he's going to score. No problem. Didn't even attempt to take him at third base. And Clemens with a good job understanding the Buck's going to score there. I'm going to get to third. And the Twins are in business because of that man right there.
The wave around from Ramon Borrego. Job well done. And the Twins unrelenting. 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 more in the fourth. And a 1-0 count on the Texas kid, Josh Bell. Clemens in front of Lewis. They're driven runs 19 and 20. And Josh with a big swing. He made it 2-0 with that ribby single on a 3-0 pitch back in the first.
Yeah, he was trying to go upper tank with that one.
And everybody getting involved on the fun. Just got a piece there, 1-2. So I think Audra might have touched on it with Josh Bell. Since May 28th, hits in 16 of his last 19 games. Came in at .327 over his last 15. 3 homers, 11 ribbies. That's what they brought him in to do. And there just hasn't been that put-away ability from neither Rocker or Quantrill. They get to 2 strikes, and Twins just aren't chasing.
And it's been a good game plan for them. They're executing it perfectly.
7 runs, 8 hits. And Bell looking for that left field corner, just like he did last night, batting right-handed.
He's been so good for all the young hitters, and I was talking to Trevor Amicone about Josh Bell and the influence that he's had. He said, you know, who's he's been really good for is Byron Buxton as well.
Interesting. Shows that you're always able to learn. Doesn't matter how good you get. And another professional AB working it full.
I think that's the word that comes to mind when I think of Josh Bell. Just as a player overall, it's professional, the way he prepares. You know, he's got some years in the game now, so he understands what it takes. And if you can pass that knowledge along to guys, help them, hey, I see you're doing this, maybe let's switch it up and do this. It's like things that you have to be around the game long enough to gain the knowledge. If you're able to spread that around, it just helps the team so much.
Quantrill set with the payoff. And Bell rockets it through the right side to score Clemens. Royce going to third. Borrego puts the stop sign up. Josh in a second with a ribby double. Now the throw gets away, and here comes Royce. And the route is on this Tuesday night.
And you can hear the boo birds in the building right now. I thought Royce was going to score on that. Nimmo ended up throwing it into second base. He would have been safe standing up, but instead he scores because not only are the Twins nailing the ball all over the field here, to see Josh Bell pull that thing down the line, but the Rangers now a couple big errors in this game have led to even more runs for the Twins.
Both errors in the inning belong to Brandon Nimmo. One fielding, one throwing.
And I don't know if Nimmo should have got that error right there. Well, that was more like a Zeke Duran just didn't catch that ball.
Still only one out. And Brooks Lee, the 7th batter in this 4-run fourth. So at this point, the only 2 Twins without hits. So the guys due up, Keyshaw and Gray. Ground ball gets Bell over to third, and Smith throws out Brooks. Yeah, the official scoring, Trev. They gave the throwing error to Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, again, I just don't really understand it. He got the ball in, and Zeke could have fielded that on a hop. He went out to get it and just clanked it, but it doesn't really matter in the end.
The strike on Keyshaw. And the book closed on Kamar Rocker in the end. 3 1/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and then 2 more runs in this inning. Charged to Quantrill.
And in our quest to be the best offense in the American League, I gotta imagine we're gonna jump the Orioles tonight, unless something crazy happens.
I mean, they're even chasing down the Yankees at this point, pulling to within 7 of the AL lead. Here's a drive into left. How about a 10 spot for the Twins? Keish drives in his 24th run of the year. And now all 9 come to the plate here in the 4th.
You see the pitch here. He gets a cutter just over the middle of the plate. When his path is good, that's what you're going to see. He's got more space there. And he's got a lofty swing, a steeper swing, if you will. So he's got to be real careful about making sure he creates that space for himself to allow his hands to have a path through. And you saw it right there.
The Texas Tuesday Massacre unfolding, a 5-run 4th and a 10-0 Twins lead. I did that for you, by the way. I knew I'd get you. Here's a jam shot, hooking into shallow center, and Duran's out to put it away and retire the side. But all 9 come to the plate, and the Twins blow it open with a 5-run 4th. Let's stay here for today's Twins Insider. We are talking shop with Cody Clemens and Twins barber Andy Fade. No close shaves tonight. It's 10-0 Twins. 2 guys that get the fades going. His obviously a lot more lustrous than mine. Trevor Plouffe, Greg Caserta, great to be back with you here in our road TV booth, but it's starting to feel like home. It's been a huge night. Runs in 3 of the first 4 innings, and Zebby Matthews is quite the cushion. Yeah, he does have the cushion. Now he can go be more aggressive towards the hitters. That video just made me miss Andy Fade. There's nothing better than showing up to the ballpark, looking a little scraggly, and said, Andy, fix me up, big fella. And you go put your uniform on with a tight fade. It's a nice feeling. All right, so I was going to ask you because I was curious about this. Was he the barber when you were still playing? What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, it was a long time ago. What I mean is that he's been the guy for a long time. Back at third, Brooks Lee, long throw, and Lewis with the acrobatic stretch to pull it in. Josh Young retired, and everything breaking right for the Twins. Yeah, we've seen, Clemens last night had a couple big plays around the base here. You see Lee
backpedaling there, taking the long hop. The throw's decent. Gives Royce a chance, and Royce able to maneuver his feet over there. Good footwork around the base. Little pick right there. He was really stoked about the ball that cried their field up the middle against St. Louis in the 9th inning. That scoop, I talked to him about that. He goes, man, that was big. I needed that. You know, when you start to make a few of those plays at first base, you get that confidence up, and it's a difficult position to transition to. There's no doubt about it.
I think Derek Shelton even touched on that before the game yesterday, talking about how guys normally on the left side of the infield, they then have to move to the right side, and it changes your footwork, it changes your positioning. It can't be overstated how comfortable Royce has looked over at first.
You can feel the ground ball. That's not the issue.
There's a base hit from Wyatt Langford. He gets it through on an 0-2 pitch. Third hit for Texas.
The difficulties of switching over to first base, so there's just so many assignments for you. I got to hang around the base. I got to hold the runner on here. Now I got to play behind him. Okay, I got the bunts on a first and third. I got to know where to go on my relays. Like, there's just so much more into it. And at your position at shortstop that you played, everyone played shortstop growing up, so that's just in you. That's just second nature. And then when you have to start moving around the field, you have to start thinking of those situations. So, you know, you're out there and saying, okay, if the ball's hit here, I got to go there. Instead of it being instinctual, you really have to, before every single pitch, know what you're going to do with the ball.
Where did you spend the most time doing pregame work? What position for you?
I mean, third base was my position, so that's what I would do. But then when I started to move all over the place. Oh, bye, Elvis. There's a lot of Elvis.
I guess they have
Is it Elvis's or just Elvis?
I think it's Elvi.
Elvi,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a convention
like
to get to in Vegas.
I like that.
They better get on the flight.
That's a bunch of sad Elvi right there.
Brandon Nimmo's had a sad night. He's been charged with 2 errors, but now he's 2 for 2. With this single down the line, Langford goes first to third, and the Rangers trying to get their fans back into it. First and third with only 1 away.
This is where Zebby just has to keep going and keep pushing, keep pounding the zone, let his defense work. You know, that one's just a little too much of the plate there. Nimmo puts a good swing on it, but you have this cushion, and yeah, do you want to try to keep him at 0 runs? Sure. But in the grand scheme of things, you just want to, now you want to provide length and get into the 6th, 7th inning, save the bullpen. So you have to continue to be aggressive in the zone.
If this keeps up, they're going to have to change the name to Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's bad. It's 10-0. Twins trying to just keep it rolling here with Zebby Matthews. Ezekiel Duran, Jake Berger, 2 guys he struck out, due up next. Zebby's got that kind of stare, that steely glaze when he looks into the catcher.
I think he knows the importance of this inning for himself. Look, the Twins are up 10-0.
Just keep it clean.
I think he wants to get through this. He says, I'm still 1 pitch away right here. And then you get in the situation, if you get 1 run, I think it's a success as well.
Duran, a tough guy to double up, but a ground ball would do wonders, and that does. Sinker at 96, jumping the count 1-2.
It's just about limiting damage for Zebby. You know, you get put in this position, and when you can get first and third 1 out and only give up 1 run, that's how you start to go longer and deeper into baseball games. You save the bullpen, and that's what starting pitchers ultimately, that's their biggest goal, is let me get into the 7th inning. That's what they want.
Ground ball to short. Let's see. Gray to Keyshaw to first. Not in time. I told you Duran was a tough guy to double up. They turned it fast. But Duran's got a ribby ground out, and Langford scores. Rangers on the board at 10-1. That brings us to our pitch-by-pitch breakdown of this last encounter between Zebby Matthews and Jake Berger.
Yeah, Zebby, I thought, did a really, really good job here. First 2 pitches, sliders on the outside part of the zone. Then he tries to get a little chase here, but pulls it a little too much. Then he says, all right, Berger, you got to respect that fastball in the sinker. I'm going to go back away. And that's just how you set that pitch up. You got to be able to command a little bit in the inside part of the plate, and he does that. Gets out out of this inning with only 1 run, like we said. That's a great job by Zebby Matthews in the 4th inning.
The 2-time reigning World Series champions are coming to Target Field June 22nd to the 24th. See Byron Buxton and the Twins take on Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers for this can't-miss matchup. Lock in your seats today at twins.com/tickets. And already here in the 5th inning, it's the second call to the bullpen for Rangers skipper Skip Schumacher. Cal Quantrill finished off the 4th behind Kumar Rocker. And now it's Tyler Alexander's off to a nice start. Over his first 28 games, a long relief night, mop-up duty, whatever you want to call it. It is 10-1. And after 9 came to the plate in the 4th, it's Alex Jackson leading off the 5th.
Yeah, you see the arsenal there. Cutter, sinker, change, sweeper. So predominantly 4 pitches. You got the 4-seamer in there as well.
Elias Diaz steals a strike.
His first pitch to righties is that cutter. Then he goes to the changeup. For lefties, they're going to get the sinker to the sweeper.
Jack started that big 4th inning with a double. A lot of loud contact in that inning. Royce Lewis had the 2 RBI single with the bases loaded. Josh Bell the RBI double, and then Luke Keyshaw driving in the 5th run with a ribby single of his own. So again, Tristan Gray, who's made a couple of great plays at shortstop, the only guy that hasn't joined in the hit parade. He's 0 for 3.
There's always one. Felt like I was that guy quite a few times in my career.
Don't sell yourself short, bud.
That's just the truth.
Come
right
on.
there, yeah.
How about that? The number 9 hitter getting it done with his 2nd hit. Alex Jackson rolls it through the carpet.
If Warney was here, we'd call that a shooter.
All right, Trev, let's take a look at our Postman Law injury update. Jose Ramirez put on the 10-day IL because of a fractured left hamate bone. The Guardians lose their all-star 3rd baseman for roughly 5 to 7 weeks. You see the numbers, maybe compromised at some point this year. Did not get off to his usual fast start. And that brings us to tonight, where the Twins are 34-40. And look at this, a little bloop the other way. Trevor Larnach. How does it feel? That's his 3rd hit of the night.
That's called living right there, Trev. Blast one into the seats, fist one into left field. They all are finding grass for my man Larnach right there. Honestly, that's just a byproduct of a good bat path right there. Not rolling that pitch over, hands inside of it. You get rewarded for that from time to time. And Trev did right there.
Back-to-back singles. A dozen hits for the Twins. And 2 on for Byron Buxton. And this is something, watch the adjustment. Watch the front foot from Trevor. Kind of rolls and then rolls a little more. Just a really tough pitch to handle.
Yeah, he just, getting that back hip through the ball. There's a lot of power there.
Buck with a chopper to short. Duran underhands, and then the return, no chance. He kicked it into high gear. Byron Buxton is aboard for the 4th time in 5 innings.
Yeah, I mean, 99% of runners in baseball, that's an easy double play, but not Buck. I mean, look how that thing gets there so quickly. Nice turn here. And you're right, Buck just decides, I'm not going to get doubled up, and turns on the jets. We talked about how fast he gets to his top-end speed. You see him there even peaking, like, okay, how fast do I really have to run? Okay, I'll turn it on.
So you see, tied for 10th fastest sprint speed in baseball, 4.14 going home to first. Good job by our crew down in the truck. And here come the Twins again. 2 at the corners for Cody Clemens. Two in the first, 3 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th. And Clemens with that 3-run bullet in the 3rd, which hopped up over the wall.
Yeah, now for Cody, you're like, you had the homer, you got 3 ribbies, you just want to add to that total. Just drive another run in. Let's get that one back for Zeb. Just got to make contact here.
Another sharp grounder. Smith to Duran. This time they do turn it. And it goes 4-6-3. So back-to-back singles get it started, but the Twins held off the board, and we're halfway home. The annual Twins broadcast auction takes place Tuesday, June 23rd. Bid on exclusive items like a tattoo session from Alicia Perkins, brewing with Twins legend Dan Gladden, and unpacked baseball cards with Bailey Ober and Mick Abel, or autographed items from Joe Mauer, Joe Ryan, and Hall of Famer Paul Mullen. Learn more at twins.com/broadcast auction. Zebby Matthews embarking on the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been a clean night. Whole lot of run support. And the first one to Josh Smith sends Buxton back. That one took off on him a bit. One pitch, one away.
From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins.
One thing to remember with Zebby, this is only his 32nd career start with the Twins. But he's doing something that's really impressive. And that is, he's made 5 starts of 6 or more innings over his first 6 starts. That's the exact number he had over 16 starts last year. So stretching out a little more, getting more comfortable. And when you get 10 runs in 5 innings, everything kind of comes easy.
Yeah, I know the pressure's off in this game right now for him. You know, going into the 4th, a 10-run lead, but you get back-to-back singles there. And the way that you do go deeper into games is just eliminating crooked numbers. 1 run is fine in a situation like that. But when you start to give the 2s, the 3s, that's when your nights start to get cut short. So I think most pitchers will tell you that, and when you're a young pitcher in the big leagues, it's difficult in those situations to kind of keep your cool and say, okay, if I just give up 1, I think a lot of times you're trying to strike everybody out in those situations. But when you realize, hey, my stuff in the zone can elicit soft contact, I can get that double play ball. He almost did it against Duran right there. I think that's when you start to see the maturation of pitchers, and we're seeing that with Zebby Matthews.
A rare 3-ball count. Now, we showed you a moment ago that he started 12 out of 17 hitters with a first pitch strike. Ramping it up here with Alex Jackson doing the catching. The other thing with Zebby is that on the road, coming in 0-3 with an ERA of 9.37. Lee giving it a look. He angles, and he just couldn't find himself with that very odd fence running up the line.
Yeah, I mean, he had no idea where the wall was essentially right there. And when you're playing in a new spot, it's so difficult. And there are a bunch of kind of weird angles here. This one juts out the warning track a little bit bigger than you're used to. So he thinks he's on the wall right there. He had another 2-3 feet to go. But that's just the byproduct of not knowing kind of where you're at.
Another 3-2 and a flick of the wrist. Alejandro Osuna flops it into right field. Looks like a pretty good pitch from Zebby, but Osuna gets around on it and produces a 1-out single.
Yeah, that thing came off the bat 72.3 miles per hour. So he does make his pitch, gets one in on the fist, but finding some outfield grass. And now another chance for Zebby to kind of understand, okay, got a base run on here, got the bottom of the lineup up. Let's go try to get this double play ball.
Good guy to do it with Diaz in the box. Gets him over top of Cutter, and you point to the offense, obviously 10 runs on 12 hits, but think about the first few innings, the defensive plays that Matthews made in the first and the second, the unbelievable play that Tristan Gray made running out from shortstop into center. Everything adds up, and he backs him up with a Cutter again. 0-2.
And I guarantee that's exactly what Zebby's thinking about right now, is how deep can I go in this ball game? I want to save my bullpen. I want to do that. I know we got the off day tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Like, every starting pitcher wants to go into the 7th at least. I think Zebby says I want more than that today.
7th start. He's thrown exactly 100 pitches in 3 of his first 6. Diaz smokes it. That's up the alley. It gets all the way to the wall. Osuna's speed will score him no problem. And Elias Diaz gets the Rangers their second run.
Yeah, Zepto's the cutter here, and I think Diaz just did a really nice job going down and getting this. Let's check where the pitch is. Yeah, that's below the zone. I thought to myself, that was a good pitch there, but a better job of hitting by Diaz. And now here's another example of, can Zebby get out of this? One run. Limit the damage. Let's see what he does here. Got Jock Peterson up. Base hit his first at bat. Flew out to Tristan Gray on that nice play in the third.
And that one hurts because, like you said, we showed the replay. He made his pitch, but Diaz got him on 0-2.
That's going to happen from time to time. Man. Big league hitters are going to find the barrel. You keep making those pitches over the course of a game, it's going to work out for you.
Jock on one hop to third. Only play from Lee is to first. That thing got on him fast. And Diaz lucky to get in at third.
That's some hands right there. That's what you say if you're Brooks Lee. I was born with these things, and he's worked to get him too. That ball was a laser, especially coming from a left-handed hitter right there. It's just it's different. A right-hander, you expect the ball a lot more, and then when Jock shoots it that way, it's just a great job of Brooks. His footwork was good, taking that back angle.
Despite 2 hits in the fourth, 2 hits in the fifth, Zebby Matthews just following the plan of throwing first pitch strikes. Has given up 2 runs on 6 hits, but he's limited the damage. Here's Young out to left. This one rising up, but right there for Trevor Larnach, and the inning comes to an end. The Rangers with a run in the fourth and the fifth, but it's been all Twins tonight as they look to go up 2-0 in this series.
Welcome back to Arlington, where World Cup fever has taken over the city because games are being played right across the street. I came into work today with the goal of finding some soccer fans to talk to during the game, and boy, did I strike gold. I am sitting here next to Woody and Kleiny. These guys are social media superstars, not only back home, but really across the globe. And now they're joining us on our broadcast. Guys, you guys are here because you're doing something incredibly cool. Tell us about the entire tour.
Do you know what? So I'm going to try and keep it quick because I know people, like, their time is valuable, right? But we're on a 24/7 live stream, 39 days, traveling across the whole of America, 15,000 miles, and it's for a really good cause, which is Prostate Cancer UK. Kleiny, take it away, baby.
Yeah, I mean, look, prostate cancer was something quite close to us. Our friend here, Daryl, his dad is currently going through it now, so it was something that meant a lot to us. And, you know, 1 in 8 men suffer with prostate cancer, and someone dies of prostate cancer every 45 minutes, which is a half of a soccer. I'm going to get that right. We call it football back in the UK, but half of a soccer match in the UK. So we want to spread that awareness and raise as much funds as we possibly can on this tour.
That's amazing. And you guys have, I saw 5 million followers on Instagram. You said we are streaming, or you guys are streaming 24/7. So we are streaming. We are live. I don't know if you guys
right
see the camera.
This doesn't sleep, right? 24/7, 39 days. It is not sleeping whatsoever. We are going hard on this. But, yeah, we've got 50 million followers across our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. And, yeah, this is new for us, live streaming. We've gone into the live streaming world, and we are absolutely loving it. We've got an amazing community. Chat is unbelievable. You met Chat.
I did. Hi, Chat. You. Well, and now you guys are live on television back in the Midwest. Have you? Yeah,
this is
live.
I thought it was a pre-record.
Say it.
Tell him that.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, everyone at home. Hi, Alex, my wife, my dog. Yeah.
So tell me, what has been the best part about being here in the States, experiencing the World Cup so far?
Do you know what? Like, let's face it. We've traveled through, like, from LA. We've gone to, like, don't get this in any particular order, but we went Grand Canyon, we went Arlington. We're in Arlington now, right? Sorry, but Amarillo and so on. But the most amazing thing, and Klein, you back me up on this, is meeting such unbelievable, beautiful people. And the whole thing about this tournament is, like, the vehicle for what we're doing is football, and that's the car. But in truth, it's not even about that. It's not about that. It's about bringing people together and going on a journey and meeting some unbelievable people, cultures. And we got like invited in by families. Like in one day, we met 2 unbelievable families who took us into their home to feed us, to have good fun, educate us, and so on. And it was unbelievable, right, Clarence?
It was like we kind of said when we got back, we don't think that would have happened in London, but like we was just like we was in Albuquerque, was visiting the Breaking Bad house, and loads of people was like just stopping past, and then this family, this beautiful family, invited us in for coffee, and we ended up staying there for like 2 hours.
Admittedly, we was dressed up in the hazmat suits.
Yeah, have them on. We had them on, yeah.
Yellow hazmat suits, we had goggles on and all sorts, right, clients? And it was like, you are the best dress we've ever seen. And we was like, really?
Yeah, it was incredible. It was good.
Pizza and all sorts, which we could have threw on the roof, but we weren't going to do that because we're not disrespectful. But
well, we appreciate that you guys like our American hospitality, but I think, again, this is all for a great cause.
Yes.
And prostate cancer awareness 100%. And fundraising. So if anybody at home is watching and wants to follow you guys and help your mission, how can they do it?
So if you could donate, like that would be so much appreciated. It's gofundme.com/F/Woody and Kleiny. If you anything would count, you know, big or small, it would mean the most to us because we're trying to raise as much money as we possibly can for them.
Well, you guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game. Maybe you guys will be Twins fans from now on. We look forward to following you guys. Oh boy, yeah. Well,
another way of doing it though, you can literally go to Kick, follow Woody and Kleiny, and underneath it, there's a link there for prostate cancer as well, because we'd love the followers.
Can I just give a shameless plug? We're live on Kick right now, so it's kick.com/Woody and Kleiny. Please tune in because we're having so much fun. And I know, are you having fun?
I'm having a blast. I have to send it back to the guys upstairs because we're about to see.
We don't want to leave.
We're gonna see it. Oh, maybe not another run, but. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to send it back to you, but how cool. Greg, did you ever think you'd be on Twins TV and streaming live internationally at the same time?
This is what we do, baby.
No, but I'll tell you, based on their personalities, I am now going to be keeping up with what Woody and Kleiny are up to during their trip to the States. Touch of class, lads. Well done. And while that was going on, Josh Bell with a walk, Brooks Lee with a single, so he's 2 for 4. And tell me if you've heard this before. The Twins have 2 at the corners. And here he is again, Tristan Gray, trying to become the last man to pick up a hit in this lineup.
I just heard a lot of words come out of Woody and Kleiny's mouth. That was, they could talk.
And they haven't really slept.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah.
Good personalities there. There's a reason they are successful on social media, man. I do think it's funny as we've seen a lot of people come over here for the World Cup. A lot of the Europeans are enamored with the U.S. and it is the greatest country in the world, and they're finding that out.
The stadium across the street tomorrow is going to be a madhouse. We talked about it last night.
Yes.
Again, the whole reason there's an off day in this series tomorrow is because across the street at the Dallas Cowboys home of AT&T Stadium, which they're calling Dallas Stadium because of FIFA regulations, you have England and Croatia packing that place out tomorrow.
It's going to be a good one.
All right, Tristan, your turn. He held up. Come on.
I think when people from Europe come over here, they don't necessarily understand the vastness of the U.S.
There's no way.
There's just so many different cultures within our country. It's amazing.
And I love that. I think for you and I, our entire lives, Albuquerque is always going to be associated with Walter White and Breaking Bad.
Yeah, yeah. And Alex Bregman.
Good call.
There you go.
Yep. What a night for the Twins. We've got Woody and Kleiny. We've got a 10-2 lead. And the Twins going for their first 3-game winning streak in 3 weeks. Some at bat from Tristan Gray. He was down 0-2.
I think he's going to see the slider again here. Just stay on that little shooter down the left field line.
And he got it, but he couldn't get to it. And Alexander strands 2 at the corners. We're going bottom 6.
At Postman Law, we deliver.
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by your local Toyota dealers. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Zebby Matthews averaging 13 pitches per inning. It's been all Twins tonight. It has been quite the offensive performance. 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth. And Zebby, as we told you, has been basically routinely delivering 6 innings. And he's got to get through 3, 4, and 5, starting with Wyatt Langford. And that's been the recipe all night. Strike 1. Far cry from last Thursday in Detroit when he battled. He gave Derek Shelton 6 innings, but he also surrendered 3 home runs. 1 home run in each of his last 3 innings, ultimately shelled for 7 runs and 9 hits. Tonight there's been a little blowback from the Rangers with 2 hits in the 4th and the 5th, but only 1 run across in each.
And it seems like Zeb has kept that intensity, which in certain games when you have a lead as a starting pitcher, sometimes that can go away and you got to be able to find it somehow. And I think Zebby has the right mentality to find it. But you see him now. He's all right, 1-2. That was a waste pitch. Zebby follows that same Jake Berger recipe, which right there that is. So 2 sliders or cutters, excuse me. Slider down in the way. Fastball up and in. Now let's see if he goes back to the slider.
Rangers with 6 hits. 3 of them have come in 0-2 counts. That's where Langford was with that single in the 4th. He ultimately scored their first run. Told you that Zebby 3 times already. He's thrown 100 pitches in a start. And there he goes. He was not expecting the cutter. Just his 3rd strikeout. But first the challenge from Wyatt Langford.
Oh my.
Calls confirmed. Texans got a challenge.
That should be time and a half with that fine. That's a baseball and a half in.
No challenges left, but again, I think it's because Jackson was set up away. The thing kind of ran back, so the way he caught it might have messed with Langford there, but Zebby doing a good job, like I said, keeping the intensity here.
A backwards K of Wyatt Langford. It's Brandon Nimmo, who's had a very eventful night. Double in the 2nd, single in the 4th, plus a couple of errors in right field, which opened up in that 5-run top of the 4th. Twins started the day 6 under 500, 6 games back of both the White Sox and the Guardians. That one deflected by Zebby. It finds Tristan Gray. Seems like everything does lately. 2 down.
All right, we got a little something for you. We are up 10-2 in the bottom of the 6th here. Now, you mentioned Albuquerque. You associated with Breaking Bad, and now Alex Bregman. I got a challenge for you. Can you spell Albuquerque? I'm putting you on the spot. I got it up on my phone right now.
Okay.
Go.
Albuquerque.
Wow. Nailed it. Yes. Yes. Let's go.
Bang.
You kidding me? I had no chance.
Who's ready for the off day tomorrow?
When I first in my head thought about it, I had ALBER. Like Albuquerque.
Oh, wow.
It's bad.
Named after the famous philosopher, Alberto Kirky. Flyout ends the inning, 3 up, 3 down. Your spelling bee champ and Coach Trev. We'll see you in a little bit on Twins TV.
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. And by Delta. From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins.
An overhead look at Arlington, Texas, which is going to be buzzing on Wednesday for the World Cup match between England and Croatia. But tonight, we're buzzing here on Twins TV. Roger Martin, Trevor Plouffe, Greg Caserta, our entire crew welcoming you back for the 7th inning. And it's been all Twins tonight with a 10-2 lead. They've gotten into the bullpen, and Joe Ross, after a 1-2-3 night last night in his Rangers debut, comes out for a little mop-up duty here in the 7th. Tyler Alexander gave him 2 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed. And the veteran Ross getting one in on Alex Jackson, who's called a great game behind the plate tonight with Zebby Matthews, and is also 2 for 3 with a double and a run.
Yeah, it's good to see Jackson having some success at the plate. has a couple nice challenges tonight as well. All around good game for him.
Joe Ross from Berkeley, California was the 25th overall pick in 2011 by the Padres out of Bishop O'Dowd High School. Not sure if that's anywhere near where you're from, Trev.
I don't know Bishop O'Dowd.
I'm putting Trev to work. He made me spell on live TV.
It's in Oakland, so definitely not where I'm from. Although shout out Oakland, played for the A's a little bit, very briefly.
Yeah,
because Matt Chapman was in AAA. Don't know why they signed me. That was an insane offseason for them.
So you were there, and they had this young stud coming up through the minors at third.
Yeah, no.
2-2.
Literally, the first day I took ground balls with him in spring training, I looked at him and said, "What am I doing here?" I'm not kidding you. You can ask him that story. And sure enough, 3 months later, they traded me to the Rays. And that's okay.
I don't remember you with the Rays.
Yeah, that was also brief.
I remember a lot of your career. That is one that eludes me. So he had the arm even back then, because you watch him throw, it's just effortless.
He had everything. Everything. The demeanor, the way he sets up, just you could just tell he was going to be a star.
It was different. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 on Alex Jackson. Top of the order with Larnach on deck. And he just can't help himself. That slider twists him around. And that strikeout begins the 7th. If you're looking for the perfect Father's Day gift, celebrate Dad with the exclusive Twins.tv Father's Day sale. For a limited time, enjoy 50% off on an annual Twins.tv subscription. Give Dad a gift he'll love all season. Visit Twins.tv to purchase today. And a chance to watch the likes of Trevor Larnach, Byron Buxton, Cody Clemens. Top three in the order, a combined 5 for 10 with 7 runs scored. And it was Larnach with that home run on the second pitch after the first pitch challenge from Elias Diaz was unsuccessful. We're still trying to wrap our minds around that one.
The 2 challenges that the Rangers had today that they lost, there was that one that was not even close, and then Wyatt Langford, there was a ball and a half in the zone. So some difficulties for the Rangers tonight with the challenges.
Alex Jackson won a couple of early ones behind the plate for Zebby tonight. Fan the other way to left, and there is Langford finding the spot. Take a look at our Jeep standings, and the White Sox falling to the Yankees. So we told you that the Twins started the day 6 games back above the Guardians and the White Sox. They can pull to within 5 of Chicago if they carry this one to the finish line. And here is your AL Player of the Week, Byron Buxton. Has been on base all 4 times, a single, a walk, and 3 runs scored. And I finally got a chance to introduce myself to him today. I really haven't seen him in the clubhouse. Gotcha. I got a chance to just say hello and introduce myself one-on-one, but I was talking with my buddy Sean Casey last night. Sean was with him at the WBC as the Team USA hitting coach. And you don't want to bother somebody. I'm a stranger. He doesn't know me yet. So I asked Case, I said, hey, you think Buck's a good guy to just go and introduce myself to? He said, absolutely, just do it. And Byron could not have been nicer.
He's a great guy. Saw him in the lobby after the game last night, and obviously I played with Byron, and he knows my kids, and hasn't seen him in a while, but he gave a bunch of time to my son who was wearing a Byron Buxton
I noticed
jersey.
That, yeah.
That's just cool. You know, all the kids know who Byron Buxton is. A lot of them do the buck truck. What's that called? Signal, pulling the horn when they hit a double. Yeah.
Ground ball wide of third. We would do that on school trips back in the day if you'd ride the bus, right? You'd go out the window to the trucks hoping that they'd honk at you. What was even better was when the truck drivers did it, sometimes they'd flip you off. That was kind of the bonus when you got that.
Okay.
Again, it's a Jersey thing. Another 0-2.
I don't know what Ross was doing earlier this year, but he looks nasty with the Rangers.
He was on the Diamondbacks opening day roster. His first few appearances there did not go well.
We saw him go 1-2-3 last night. 1-2 so far today, with a chance to put Byron out here. Larnach is seeing the ball extremely well. Obviously Byron too, but Ross's stuff it looks like it's playing right now.
I think these guys have seen some wars. Buck 32, Ross 33. Just the collective of what they've experienced.
Yeah, both debuted in 2015.
Both high picks out of high school. See the sequencing here to Buck, and timeout was called late by Alfonso Marquez.
Well, pitch clock on Ross.
Wow, okay.
All of a sudden it becomes a 3-2 count. You don't see that too often.
Not this deep in an at-bat. A lot of times it's before the AB begins, first pitch. Let's see. We'll call it count leverage, 3-2. And it's tapped to third. After all that, Josh Young on a very close play. You never can sleep on Byron Buxton. We're waiting to see if Derek Shelton wants to have a look at it. And they're going to play through. So we are going to the stretch in Arlington, Texas. Texas Live belongs to the Twins tonight. It is 10-2.
It's been pretty much all Minnesota tonight as we take a look at our Toyota game summary. 10-2 in the bottom of the seventh. The party got started tonight with Trevor Larnach and his second career leadoff home run. Cody Clemens stayed hot with a monster 3-run home run. It was his 30th since joining the Minnesota Twins last season, and it was a big 5-run fourth inning. All 9 batters stepped up to the plate, and like I said, they walked away with 5 runs, part of this dominating effort so far here in the Lone Star State, guys.
And Audrey, you became a star on Kick when you got to hang out with Woody and Kleiny.
Who knew? You never know what you're going to see at the ballpark. You never know what your day is going to bring either when you work in baseball. That's why I love it.
You are crossing over on all platforms now. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Audra, Trevor, Greg, the rest of our Twins TV crew back here for the bottom of the 7th. And Zebby Matthews looking to finish 7 for the 3rd time in 7 starts. Certainly within his sights. Early part of the year, mentioned this before, 3 starts where he's hit exactly 100 pitches, and that one stays fair. Lewis has a tough time with it, and underhands to a late covering Matthews. That was weird all the way around. We had a play like that last night. Royce was able to avoid the bag this time. Just a tough bounce, and it gets away.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that hit the top of the base or not, but definitely a ton of spin off the end of the bat from Berger here. You're going to see it's very difficult. It's like a Massey shot on a cue ball, and you really just got to go attack those things. As soon as you start to back up on something like that, it's going to go wrong. You got to go and attack it. Let's see what Royce did here. Got to go get that ball. You're trying to play the hop, but the spin just increases with every single time it bounces. At least that's what it seems like.
So back in the day when you play with your buddies, you had that little blue racquetball, and you'd skip it, and the second bounce always took off much quicker.
That's typically what it is on a chopper. Something like that, it might slow down a little bit, but when it hits the dirt, it's like a different type of hop. So again, I think most of the time on plays like that, your best course of action is just to go be aggressive. Even if you whiff it, Berger's probably not going to get the second. Keeshaw's going to be over there.
Josh Smith hammers one through the left side. He's aboard for the first time. First and second for the Rangers on a night where Zebby Matthews has had the breaking stuff working.
Yeah, slider's been exceptional tonight. He's been able to use a lot because he's been ahead in the count. You see he's got a 50% whiff rate coming into the game, 39.4 on that pitch, so he's best at that. He's kind of commanded it down and away in the zone. A couple backdoor as well. It's just been a great pitch for him. Again, set up because he's been ahead in the count a ton, starting off hitters with strikes and making them make those swing decisions late in the at-bats.
Alex Jackson going out to give the bullpen some time to get loose.
Yeah, not much action out there right now. So this is another example of, okay, you're Zeb, first and second, nobody out. How can I get out of this inning limiting damage? I think this is, when it's all said and done, going to be a very valuable start for him with this cushion, being able to work through some things. At the bottom of the order here, so yeah, I want to get ahead of these guys. Let's pitch to contact. Let's try to get that ground ball. If you get ahead in the count, you can go for the punchy.
Remember last night, the Twins bullpen retired 13 of the last 14 Rangers who came to the plate. They gave them 4 1/3 of one-hit baseball. Jock Peterson, the only base runner with that 2-out single in the 8th. 4-2 final last night, 10-2 score tonight. And a couple of very awkward-looking swings from Alejandro Osuna.
Yeah, I think Jackson got one in the neck right there on that foul ball.
Nice job by Alfonso Marquez to give him some time coming out, sweep up home plate a little bit.
Let's see the replay there on this foul ball. Backdoor curveball.
Oh. Under the shin guard. Twins back looking for 2.
You know, everyone wants to be a catcher in youth ball because they get the ball all the time, and then you put them back there, and they're like, I don't really want to be a catcher anymore.
Did you do it?
I caught a little bit back in the day.
Did you like it though?
Absolutely not.
I tried convincing myself that I did. There's a slow tapper to the right side. Keyshaw to second for the force. American Family Insurance Home Protection came from the Twins bullpen last night. Rogers in the biggest spot of the night, striking out Jock Peterson. And at the time, the tying run was at second base. Andrew Morris was dialed. He struck out a pair looking in the 6th, and then Eric Orsi started by retiring the first 5. Eventually, Wendrys Gomez, a 4-out save. Now 6 for 6 since joining the Twins. Elias Diaz at the bottom, had the RBI double back in the 5th. And it's strike 1.
Nothing I want more for Zeb than a 6-4-3. Get through 7, reward him for a beautiful outing.
It's an old school kind of pitching line, right? Like, you look at what he's done tonight: 6 1/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. And at a time in the game when all we think about is velocity and spin rate, I think a lot of times soft contact gets overlooked. And how about finding the zone? He hasn't walked anybody.
It's huge.
87 pitches right now for Zeb, 64 strikes. And you couldn't draw up a better ratio than that. Strike 1 delivery fouled off at the plate.
It also keeps the defense on their toes. When you got a pitcher that's constantly walking guys or even just falling behind the count, all of a sudden you're just, all right, man, like, we're here. Use us. And Zeb, that's what he does. He's not a guy that walks anybody. 85th percentile in walk percentage. So he goes after the hitters, and when he is getting ahead of guys, this is the type of pitcher he can be. 0-2, let's get the ground ball. Come on, Zeb.
All right, Trev, let's see if he can deliver for you. Oh, that was a tight check swing from Elias Diaz.
Let's see if he's got the wrist strength.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's a former All-Star Game MVP right there. That was back in 2023 in Seattle.
In Seattle, I was there.
Working hard as always?
Always. Too many jobs.
Berger at third, Osuna at first. How about a look? There we go. Alex Jackson wants it.
Calls the ball to catch his challenger.
And I think he's going to get it.
Calls overturned.
Attaboy. At first, I wasn't sure he was going to get the challenge in time because he was telling Zebby, great pitch.
Yeah.
Man.
And Alex Jackson, perfecto tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome. Again, I'm happy for him. He's had a great game. Really well liked in the clubhouse, putting the work in.
Yeah, it's got to be one fluid motion where you point to the pitcher and then immediately tap the helmet. Chop to first, and Royce redeems himself. He's got ups. He takes care of Jock Peterson. And Zebby Matthews finishes off the 7th here in Texas.
It's time for our upcoming schedule, brought to you by Progressive. Tomorrow, a very rare but well-deserved day off for the Twins, thanks to the World Cup. Then we get back to work on Thursday with the series finale here in Texas. Then we're off to the desert, 3 against the Diamondbacks. And then the Twins are coming back home. We've got some interleague action starting in Arizona, but then we'll see the Dodgers and the Rockies as well, guys.
Audrey, you're not kidding. After a night like tonight, these boys deserve a break. And there's Zebby with the hoodie on. He got a couple of handshakes. Job well done, young man. 7 innings once again. You can look at that sheet of paper all you want. What it says is 10-2 Twins. That was fast. Don't have to say too much on a night like tonight.
I think that's the move. Go 7. Let him marinate on that good start for another 4 days.
Yeah, 93 pitches.
Days. Yeah.
2 runs over 7 on a night where your offense gave you 10. Cody off the end of the bat into left. Who wants it? Wyatt Langford can't make the play. And Cody now scrambling to second. Throw won't get him. That was tough out in left field. And Cody picked it up fast to get into scoring position.
Yeah, it's a big outfield out here. And it's one of the trickier plays when you're an infielder heading out that way, not really knowing where the left fielder is at. Kind of got to get out of the way last second. Freeman's hears footsteps, and you see Cody's like, all right, I'll take a double. Thank you for that.
So they haven't updated any changes yet for the Rangers. Langford out of the game. Cody Freeman is in. And Cody Clemens has a double, his 2nd extra base hit. Couple of runs. And it brings up Royce Lewis, who had that big knock with the bases loaded. Remember, they intentionally walked Clemens with 1 out to get to Royce. And he dropped in a 2 RBI single.
Normally, I would put a call out for a homer here at Royce. I feel like he's due, but Ross is, I don't know, the stuff is too good right now.
Hey, you're throwing a dart with this one. Royce has been on base in all 10 since coming back. That would have been a good one, but
I didn't get it in time anyway.
Sinking at 95.
He came in today with a 15.43 ERA on the year. But again, we've seen him, and he's looked good.
Laid on the heater, 1-2.
Oh yeah.
Wholesale changes. It's like a hockey shift right here. So you're seeing it. I'm going to update it on my defensive chart a little bit later. Roy sends this one high towards the rafters. And Diaz is back there to put it away. A note from our pal Mitch Hestad, who told us that this 14th hit, the double by Clemens here in the 8th, that's a new season high for Minnesota. Most since last September against the White Sox when they had 15.
And then you get into these games, you kind of want to be pulled because that's veteran status a little bit. So if you're the guy that's still out there, you're kind of looking around and be like, what's going on here? I thought I was one of your guys, Skip.
Josh Bell DHing tonight. Swings over top of strike one.
But then when you really think about it, you're like, dude, I'm trying to put up these counting numbers, so let me get all the ABs I can.
You hear about guys being compilers. Tonight is the night to compile. Josh 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies and a run. Well, listen, we're looking at the opposite side of things, but Joe Ross is bailing Texas out tonight, even with the off day tomorrow. To come in and give them scoreless baseball. Rocker gave up 7 runs in 3 1/3. Quantrill gave up 3 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Soft tapper right there for Berger, 2 down.
Just a lot of soft contact elicited from Joe Ross. It's our first in-season Wednesday off day, not counting the All-Star break, since June 23rd, 2021. I will be enjoying, I think, a pool day.
Weather permitting, as long as it's not too hot.
It's going to be hot.
I will be hacking it up on a local golf course near you. Roller foul by Brooks, who's 2 for 4 with a single and a double.
I did challenge Brooks Lee to a tennis match. He declined respectfully.
Now that's something I would have liked on tape.
I love tennis.
Do you?
I love tennis. Yes. I'm not great at it, but I've learned how to hit the ball and play my wife frequently. She kicks my butt all the time.
Oh, so she's a player.
Yeah.
Wow. This one struck pretty well out to left center. It's carrying back. Who wants it? It's the center fielder. And the catch is made. Ezekiel Duran back there to put it away. Clemens stranded after the leadoff double. 7 innings from Zebby Matthews brings us to Travis Adams, the 26-year-old from Palm Springs. Takes over for the 12th time, 1-0 with a 6.89 ERA. Does have a couple of saves. He's just looking to keep it right here at 10-2. 17 hits over 15 2/3. 7 walks, 17 strikeouts. Last pitch Saturday against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm thinking as long as things go to plan, he finishes this game out and we go Zebby to Adams and hopefully get this W.
In the end for Zebby. 3rd time in 7 starts this year. He goes 7 innings. 8 hits, 2 earned runs. The key, no walks and 4 strikeouts. ERA down to 4.78. I don't believe there have been any other changes for the Twins. Even though the Rangers have changed everything up, starting right now with Justin Foscue at the plate for the first time. Healthy cut, 1-2.
Pretty good feeling for these Twins if you can go get the series victory tonight. There's a couple guys. Ryan Kreidler out there in center field and Fedko. Talked to him in the lobby last night too. He's in right.
He had to have been buzzing after being a part of a win in his big league debut.
Yeah, he was ecstatic. Had all his boys down there and they all were just so proud of him. And I don't know. There's just something about a major league debut that's so special. Especially when you get surrounded by your family and friends.
And he made the final out in the top of the 9th. Remember, Trev, he hit that ground ball into the hole at short, and we thought he was going to leg it out. It was so close. We showed Mom quite a bit on the broadcast last night, and imagine that her fingernails are chewed down to the bone.
I told him, it slows down. I promise.
Yeah.
That first game, and I shared with him, I said, you just saw a guy that's really, really nasty in Mackenzie Gore. I said, my first guy I ever faced in the big leagues, he's actually a pitching coach on this team, Dave Bush. throwing about 88 miles an hour. So a little bit different back in my day.
Yeah, that's something too. We talked about last night. They beat a guy that was on top of his game. 10 strikeouts over 7 for Mackenzie Gore. Pete Crow-Armstrong, this was really interesting. He hit for the cycle last night against the Rockies and then immediately got picked off at first base after the single. Colt Keith showing a little more pop. 3 home runs, second youngest Tiger with a 3 home run game. Al Kaline did it in 1955. And we told you about this earlier. The White Sox getting beat by the Yankees tonight. So a Twins win gets them to within 5 of the Sox.
Yeah, Yankees beat up Davis Martin. 3 homers off him. Pete Crow-Armstrong, I think you can also, we said the Joe Ryan experience here. I think you could say Pete Crow-Armstrong experience, because there's a lot of things that guy does. You're like, wow. And then he does some things you're like, what was that, dude?
What I like about him is that he's uniquely him. Like, he doesn't try to be something he's not, right? He puts it all out there, and I think it's at times a little professional wrestling-esque, but I also think it's genuine.
Yeah, no, he's great. I've gotten to know him. We're from the same area. Us LA kids are a little different.
No argument here.
But you want him on your team. Pete Crow-Armstrong can basically do anything on the field. He plays great defense. I mean, I don't want to put him in the category as a Byron Buxton, but he has similar traits.
Does he remind you of anybody from your teams? Not to that extent.
He's pretty unique in his abilities.
I'll tell you what, this is how you drew it up. You wanted 2 innings from Mr. Adams, and so far he's got a couple of strikeouts in the 8th.
Justin Morneau is a huge fan of Adams, and you can see why. The overall numbers on the year don't look great. He had the one appearance in Chicago where he basically just was kind of hung out to dry in the game that got away from the Twins, but he has the stuff to be a high leverage reliever.
Nicky Lopez checks it foul, so everybody at the plate in this 8th inning up for the first time. Josh Young, Wyatt Langford, Brandon Nimmo are done. Here's Nicky Lopez. You got to remember, when talking about Travis Adams, he did start the season on the IL because of a right tricep strain. That thing was nasty. And he's jumped ahead 0-2.
Let's see this pitch again right here. Yep.
Travis looking to strike out the side in the 8th. On a night where the Twins brought their bats, season high 14 hits. And he does. Back to the slider. Put him up. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts for Travis Adams in the 8th. Twins historic cycle with a bobblehead giveaway at Target Field June 27, presented by Delta. Tickets available now at twins.com/tickets. And if you're watching this game right now on Twins TV, we appreciate you. What you are seeing is the Rangers waving the white flag and a wiffle ball from Kyle Higashioka for ball 1.
I just, people have heard me rant about position players pitching, and this is, you got to be better than that. I don't know. Like, just throw the thing over. It's the lobbing to me. I don't understand it.
I mean, he's on the lowest setting of the hitting machine right now.
I don't know, man.
Well, eventually he'll throw one over, right?
You just got to throw strikes.
Right, that's it.
It's embarrassing for baseball.
That's why I let the former player shell out on something like this. Very easy for me to sit here and talk about it. And that's the end result. Luke Keyshaw down into the corner. A leadoff double. And the 15th hit of the night for the Twins.
I mean, you love it if you're a Keish. You're getting a 45-mile-an-hour pitch in your wheelhouse and you do damage. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get out against a position player.
All right, Trev, I've been talking about it all night. I've been asking for it. You've been asking for things and getting them. I need Tristan Gray to become the final Twin with a hit. This one hit well out to right, just not his night, up against the wall for Osuna. One pitch, one away, and my wish is not granted.
I am the greatest hitter against position players pitching of all time. I'm 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, and I'll tell you this right now. You just don't swing at the first pitch. You got to dial it in a little bit.
Who did you hit those 2 homers against? There's another first pitch swing. This one dunking down. There is a base hit for Alex Jackson. It gets all the way to the wall. The run scores. Keyshaw makes it 11-2 on Alex Jackson's second double of the night.
Happy for Alex Jackson. We're going to see him right now kind of take the old high pitch or slow pitch softball approach and go get that thing. And he tomahawks it to right center. I'm trying to have fun with this, people. To answer your question, Andrew Romine and Kike Hernandez.
Got one off Kike.
Yes.
I'd imagine that Romine didn't really care a whole lot. I'd imagine that Kike was a little bugged by it.
Well, Romine was like throwing in the 80s with like a slider. he was trying to get you out.
Fans with a mock cheer. Trevor Larnach was the jump starter tonight with the leadoff home run, and now a flare the other way for his 4th base hit. They're going to stop Jackson at 3rd. Trevor Larnach is 4 for 6. And what did he do? He took the first pitch and timed out the second.
And now we got Fedko coming up, who is still looking for his first career hit.
So everybody's got a story about their first one, right?
This has got to be a situation I don't know if it has ever happened if he gets a hit right here.
He's pinch hitting for Buck. Mom, we got you back. Dad with a prayer. And a chance for Kyler Fedko. And all I'm saying right now is Higashioka better not walk him.
I'm just curious if this has ever happened before. A guy's first knock coming off of a position play.
This game is completely off the rails. Fedko out to left.
No.
It's not a hit, but he's got his first big league ribby. Welcome to the show, Kyler Fedko.
He hit it hard.
Yes, he did.
Congratulations, Kyler.
It counts all the same.
The boys are fired up for him in the dugout. I like that.
You don't get to keep that baseball. There's a drive and a rocket hanging up there and coming back for Cody Freeman. That had more hang time than anything else. Inning comes to an end, but the Twins get 2 off the catcher, Higashioka.
Two in the bottom of the 9th, all Twins. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Minnesota Twins.
Alongside Trevor Plouffe and Audra Martin, I'm Greg Caserta. 3 outs to go for the Twins. Cody Lorison gets a nice soft landing for his 11th appearance. A 5.84 ERA coming in for Cody. He's given up 10 hits over 12 plus, a couple of homers, and 16 strikeouts. You see he's a 3-pitch guy, mostly fastballs, with the occasional changeup mixed in. Tough act to follow. Travis Adams struck out the side in the 8th. And the Twins, for good measure, with 12 runs, their second highest total this season. Only other time they had more was that 13-6 win over the Red Sox back on April 13th. "17 hits, shatters their season high. And they will improve to 13-5 at Globe Life Field since it opened in 2020. Ezekiel Duran brought in one of the 2 Rangers runs, the RBI ground out in the 4th. Both runs off of Zebby Matthews, who went 7 tonight. Make sure you stick around after final out for Twins postgame. We'll get sound from the winning clubhouse. A resounding winning clubhouse. Straight gas by Duran to fill up the count. 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and then 2 off the position player Higashioka in the 9th. First big league ribby for Kyler Fedko in the top of the inning. And a walk to begin the bottom of the 9th. Oh, my favorite. Brawl in the ballpark comes off the top rope at Target Field on July 10th as the Twins host the LA Angels. Special ticket purchasers will receive a Twins and AEW co-branded baseball hat. Don't tap out on this one. Get your tickets today at twins.com/brawl. Well, as Jim Ross used to say, it's a slobber knocker here tonight.
Okay.
Again, all my wrestling references are from, like, I don't know, 2005 and before. Really need to catch up to this century.
I got into wrestling a little bit back in the day. Thursday night SmackDown, I think it was called.
It was Thursday night, and then it moved to Fridays.
Okay.
That tells me that your son is not into it.
No, not at all.
Because he's a boy of culture and class.
You know what? I know a lot of people that are, like, really into wrestling.
I got to tell you, I've been to a
storylines
couple
are
of
good.
events. It is a really fun spectacle, and some of the best people watching you will ever get in your life.
Okay.
Got that whippy arm delivery, does Cody Lorison. Beard's coming in nice. Berger on the ground. Gray for out number 1.
It's interesting, you know, when you're a reliever, all you want to do is come in high leverage situations. I want to get the job done for my team. I want the pressure. I want the adrenaline. And then you find yourself in a 12-2 ball game, and you got to create that for yourself. Essentially, you got to come in there and really try to look at it as a tie ball game, and you're just trying to win this inning, and it becomes difficult to do that.
Josh Smith, 1 for 3. I go back to that play in the second inning when Nimmo was at second base and he hit that slow tapper off to the third base side of the mound. And Zebby came in, fielded off his back foot, and threw a seed to first. I think that'll get overlooked in Zebby Matthews' start, is that he made 2 great defensive plays in the first and the second. And then even though Tristan Gray did not have a hit tonight, that running catch out into center field to end the third inning, where we showed Byron Buxton reacting to it, was just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Flied into shallow right. Fedko coming on behind Keyshaw, and the Rangers down to their last out. After the off day tomorrow, we've got a good one for you for the finale on Thursday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. right here on Twins TV. Joe Ryan, who's been the Twins stopper, going up against Jack Leiter. You see Joe in 15 games, ERA in the low 3s. Twins will be going for the sweep before the flight to Arizona to take on the D-backs this weekend. Last chance for the Rangers, Alejandro Osuna, who scored their second and most recent run in the 5th.
Take the game over, Jackson.
He said, I've been perfect all night. Why stop now?
Call is confirmed. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
All right, you can't win them all. And you said ideally you wanted to see Adams come back out for the 9th inning. But again, like we talked about with Zebby, you give him a nice clean finishing point. He strikes out the side in the 8th, and you give Cody a chance to get his work in.
Yeah, agreed. He hasn't pitched since the 11th, and I think once Higashioka went out there, let's just get somebody else. It could be a long inning. You have no idea.
Leadoff walk to Duran. Back-to-back outs and getting close to a series win in Texas. 2-2. The party started with Trevor Larnach. He lit the fuse with a home run on the second pitch from Kumar Rocker. And Cody Clemens left the yard with a 3-run homer in the third. A 5-run fourth blew it open. And now Lorison to Osuna. We'll see at least one more. Twins on the verge of just their 4th series win on the road this year. And a place that they love coming to. And there it is. That is your ball game. Just like last night, it ends on a strikeout. And the Twins stomp on the Rangers 12-2. A resounding performance with a season high 17 hits. That does it for now, but Twins Postgame Live is coming up in just a little bit. For my partners Trevor Plouffe and Audra Martin, Ricky Palermo and Matt Laxonen down in the truck, I'm Greg Caserta saying bye for now, and we'll talk to you on